Wait a second. Hello, hello, how are you? A little bonus starting early. So we've got Mr. Cassie here. Say hello, Mr. Cassie. There he goes. We've got Miss Mama Kitty. The black one was Baby Wilbur. Introduce you to the family. Who else we got over here? Well, that's Cassie, and front right there is Kitty Kitty. And he's playing. Cat cam, cat cam. And now he's under my feet. Cassie's watching him. Baby. Baby Wilbur. Come here, baby. Mm. This has just come off. There we go. Where did baby go? There she's going. Out the door. There she is. There she goes. Barely. Mama Kitty. Mama Kitty, Mama Kitty. How are you? Yeah. Mama Kitty, as her name suggests, was birthed most of the cats that are part of this family. Here comes Cassie, checking out the camera. Where's he? There's me. Oh, there he is. See, he's coming to check it out. Look at that. Look at that, Cassie. Oh, there goes the paw. There goes the paw. What you doing, Cassie? Cassie's a male, short for Casanova. Get it. Okay, Cassie, come on down. Before you bring the whole TV down with you. Who else is this? Oh, here's Kitty Kitty. Kitty Kitty. Say hello, Kitty Kitty. Let's go back a little bit. I can't see your face. There you go. Kitty Kitty. Kitty Kitty was left in a box next to the trash. Put this back on me for the night. Where are we? Yeah, I was out walking the dogs and meow, meow, meow. There was this little cardboard box with 3 kittens in it. Eyes weren't even open yet. That's how little they were. And so I took the dogs back home and I got the box and I went over to my friend Cecile's house with the box. I'm like, what are we going to do? Someone just, left these kittens. And then I come to find it. So we took turns, like we took shifts feeding the kittens. And we found one person to take one. Cecile ended up taking one. I ended up taking one. And, but like that night, I had the first night shift, and like in the morning, I was showing a friend of mine. Hey, Chalet in the house. I was showing a friend of mine the kittens, and she goes, "What's wrong with that one's foot?" And I looked, and it was all ballooned up because they had tied a string on its paw, and not only, I mean, and literally, I first thought that it just got tangled up in some string. And as I tried to figure out a way to unwrap it, I realized it was knotted. Someone had knotted the string on its paw. and so stupid. And so then as it sweat, so it was a partial tourniquet where blood was still flowing in but not going out. Good morning, good evening. Yes. So I started a few minutes early and was showing the cats. The cats were, well, there's Mama Kitty as well. She's still there. But yeah, so I was just telling some cat stories. So Kitty ended up growing up fine. And Lemoyne's in the house. Lemoyne's in the house too. Okay. So I was listening to Lemoyne, of course, Chalet. I've been watching a lot of your music, videos. Anybody who hasn't seen them, Chalet and Lemoyne's channels are in my description right now. They're there. So please go check out their channels. Kitty Cam, exactly. So Lemoyne, you'll have to watch the first 5 minutes if you want later, where I've got the cats. I was moving the camera around and they were up here. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yes, I saw the dolphin. Well, I saw the fin of the dolphin surface a couple of times, is what I saw. And Lemoyne, I got an answer for you. Yeah, it'll be fun. So Lemoyne's been doing this rabbit series podcast thing, and giving commentary on it. And he mentioned the smell of blood being like copper. And why? When we have iron, why doesn't it smell like iron? Why does it smell like copper? You never know when you have a camera ready. Exactly. I'm so glad you were able to get those dolphins. Yeah, I know you tried to zoom in once, and then it was under the water, and tried and the bird too. Maybe it was a pelican. Looked like it might have been a pelican. As soon as it runs out of battery or a flipper comes up to the boat, says hello, we have a good long conversation. Oh man, but your phone ran out of battery, so you didn't get it. Oh, but that's all right. You still got to interact with nature anyway, even if we didn't get to see it. I believe you. So Lemoyne was asking about why blood smells like copper. So I went and I looked it up. And I'm going to share my screen here in just a second. But first, let me say that what it's really smelling like is not iron or copper, but rust. It's actually smelling like, so that coppery smell is actually like rust. And it's not actually like our nose, it's more like our tongue that's picking up on that scent, or the particles that, that are in the air that are landing on our tongue. And so we're actually tasting it, but we think we're smelling it. We think it's like copper, but it's really like rust, because what's rust? It's the oxidation, right? So as soon as the blood hits the air, and the blood's full of a lot of metals, not only iron. And there's Cassie again, right? Yeah, that's Cassie. Okay, so let me share my screen and I'll give you a little bit more details. Of course, my computer is slow. So slow. Isn't there? Oh yeah, slow dancing. Something like that, right? Okay. All right, so check. Okay, there's that. So let me go through. Now my screen's black. But I know it's still working. I know everything's still working. I know you can still hear me. But we just got to wait a second before I can scroll down to the part that I want to share. Because for me, my screen was black. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. This one. The reason blood smells like copper is because it contains a high concentration of copper-containing compounds. And here are the main reasons. Hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is an iron-containing protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout the body. However, hemoglobin actually starts out containing copper during development, before switching to iron. Some remnants of copper still remain bound to the hemoglobin. Okay. Number 2, and I'm going to do my best to pronounce this, metallothioneins. These are small copper binding proteins found in various cells in the body. They help regulate copper levels and distribution. Metallothioneins are released when blood cells are damaged. Ceruloplasmin, this is a copper carrying protein. It helps transport copper in the bloodstream. Higher levels are released during times of injury or inflammation. Number 4, copper ions. Free copper ions are also present in blood in small amounts. They bind to the compounds mentioned above. Number 5, hema groups. Hemoglobin and other heme-proteins contain organic groups that include iron. However, these groups also bind copper ions, which may contribute to the coppery odor. Oxidation of iron. See, the oxidation is kind of like the biggest one. When blood is exposed to oxygen in the air, the iron in the hemoglobin and other proteins can oxidize and release compounds that smell coppery. This happens more rapidly with damaged bloods. So in summary, blood contains a variety of copper-containing proteins, ions, and organic groups that release reactive copper compounds when the blood is exposed to oxygen. These compounds can interact with air to produce an odor that humans perceive as copper-like. The effects are magnified with damaged or older blood that has undergone more oxidation. There you go. So kind of like synesthesia. Yeah, kind of. That's like where you know, yeah. So and while we're not really talking about the crime, true crime. Oh, I mean, we can talk about anything, but let me move this over. There we go. This brings me back to Idaho 4 and Dylan, you know, where this is one of the reasons I don't buy her story. I'm sorry. This is like one of the biggest reasons, because her story, at least as it's, you know, if you're siding with Dylan as this traumatized victim, right, then the story goes, I'm not sure how much of this is in the PCA or presented by the police, but she sees a killer, she hears something, she hears noises, she sees somebody, she locks herself in the room at 4 o'clock in the, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? It goes to sleep. Wakes up whenever. I mean, if you're believing her, then maybe, and why she didn't call the police first, okay, it ties into this. So whatever time that happened, which I think is around 9:30, seems like by 9:30, everybody's text messages were blowing up with what had happened. So if that's to believe, be believed. BRB. Be right back. Okay. So her story. So 4 o'clock, after she closes and locks her door, she goes to sleep. She wakes up. She thinks maybe something's wrong. Nobody's answering their text messages or her calls. So she needs to call friends to come over and check if everything's okay. Right? There is no friggin' way, or if Maddie and Kaylee were first, I'm not even going to guess. Doesn't matter. Whichever room was first, there would be blood going to the second room. Because there's no way, if it was a single person, that they could have cleaned up twice without leaving a single hair or trace. because what's on the sheath doesn't count as far as I'm concerned, as regarding movement through the crime scene. Okay. That was something that was on the snap of a sheath that they're saying is his DNA, right? That is not your clothes, your hair, your own blood. If you got cut while while people were struggling with you and you were committing this crime, there was blood everywhere. And that blood and those blood splatters will tell a forensic scientist or a forensic investigator exactly what order everything happened. We don't have access to that evidence, so we can't say anything. But they know. Okay, if it was still there. Because so imagine there's all this blood and all this coppery smell, and Dylan opens her door, her bedroom door. Let's say she didn't know anything, and she opens her door and comes out. And I would almost think with 4 people, sorry to say, slaughtered the way they were, that smell was probably going into her door. If she was still there, she might have left her room and gone down to be with Bethany. Was Bethany even in her room? Was Bethany in the room with Dylan on the second floor? I mean, at this point, because if their phones were pinging, then all of that. Of course, the police say there were text messages going back and forth between them. Love to know what those say. You're back. Your cat had to step on the button to turn on CPAP. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, you had to take care of that. Yeah, cats are famous for getting into all kinds of mischief. Hey, Christine in the house, which is Mumsy. We're just talking about blood and the smell of blood and how I don't know how much you know about the Idaho 4 case, Mom, but I'm just saying that house and even the police officers, when they got there at 12, like 12, just minutes after 12, they were hit on the first floor. When they entered the house, they got hit with the smell. So you can't tell me that Dylan had to call friends to come over and check if there was something wrong. Because if she was really asleep, the moment she woke up, she would have been assaulted by the smell and would have known that something was wrong. And that's probably why she called people. I mean, I'm really leaning towards the idea, which is speculation, that there was something in that house to hide, perhaps drugs, perhaps beer bottles, perhaps condoms, whatever. There was something in that house that they had to clean up because they knew that once the police came, they would check everything in the house. So I think there was something they had to get rid of in the house. So that's my opinion. So you guys, let me know if there's anything special that you guys want to talk about. I do have another tab ready. We can just talk about weird news. I mean, like Cambodian news. So share this tab instead. So this is the Khmer Times website. I thought this lead story was pretty interesting. Vietnam is warning about the human avian flu risk. I guess that's the way the press has to. They can't say bird flu anymore. They have to say human avian flu risk after Cambodia outbreak. So there have been a couple of reports of people let's just go ahead and click on this and see how many, what the total is up to now. So this is a story, news story, December 12th, today. 6. The total number of human infections has gone to 6 now, because there were two latest cases. Of these 6 cases, 3 deaths have been confirmed. So that's not good. Okay, let's just go to the home page. Let's see what else they have as their top. National is where we get the good stories. I saw a story of a son attacked his mother or grandmother over $3.75. Money for archaeological stuff. Yeah, this is all boring. Hospital phone thieves nabbed. A pair of callous thieves who specialize in stealing phones from sick people in hospitals have been arrested. So that's good, actually. Oh, man dies from suicide jump from a Phnom Penh bridge. That's a kind of common way of committing suicide in Cambodia, is jumping from a bridge. Isn't that sad? Man to be prosecuted for wrong way death had drunk 8 cans of beer before the fatal incident. He was going the wrong way around a roundabout. Cambodia cool spell continues. Phnom Penh knife duo arrested. And by cool spell, we mean like in the 70s. And it hasn't really been like that yet. Yeah, crazy. Road, no threat to wildlife, forest in Phnom Penh, says ministry. So there was a video that showed the impact of the new road in the protected forest area. Yeah. See, the thing about roads is you got to worry about, like, once you put a road in, who's it for? Is it for tourists, or is it for loggers to go illegally chop down wood? Or are they going to build a factory, or are they going to, build houses, or, is there going to be development? When the road is the first step, right? So yeah, I could see why people are concerned. Oh, this is interesting. Ministry of Culture and Fine Arts spokesman yesterday clarified facts concerning UNESCO's listing of Thailand's Songkran Festival on its representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. That's awesome. I would love to. I should read that, the whole thing later. But I can give you a background. So during the water festival, so Cambodia celebrated the water festival as it Bon Om Tuk. And Tuk, see, the difference is Tuk and Tuk. Tuk is water. Tuk is those boats that they race with, right? And so Bon Tuk basically means the boat races, or the regatta, the boat regatta, boat parade. And that's the traditional Khmer thing. And when I first, 16 years ago, that's all there was, Bon Om Tuk. Then about 5 years ago, actually, maybe 6, during the water festival, there was this bridge tragedy where 300 people died, and they died from a stampede. All right, they were basically, you had like security that were letting people in on both sides of the bridge. And let's see, 33. Oh my gosh, and even 55. I'd be freezing at 55. Whoa. Yeah, Mom, I saw like on the new, there's like this huge, like one of those river like storms, that's bringing cold weather to California. Boom, right in the middle of California. Um, it's supposed to be bad weather for you. Anyway, so you had this bridge tragedy happen. So they shut down having the water festival. Then you had COVID, so it was still shut down, right? So we had several years without in Phnom Penh. So Siem Reap took advantage of this opportunity uh, to start having a festival up there, but they called it Sangkran, which is what Thailand calls it, right? And I don't even know what Sangkran means, but I'll tell you, the first year they did it, it bothered me. And you got to understand. I mean, there's a lot of border conflicts with Thailand and Cambodia, and a lot of shared culture that happens too. Because during the like Angkor Wat time, we called the Khmer Empire. It went all the way. I mean, the Khmer Empire was all the way to Myanmar, so all of Thailand, um, all of southern Vietnam, all of Laos. Okay, was all the Khmer Empire. So all of those countries have that shared history. Um, but like I mean, the most recent thing is like during the Khmer Rouge and shortly thereafter, it's like because had to be a lot of negotiations. Um, there were times in recent history that Thailand was running Angkor Wat instead of Cambodia. And and so in that region in the north of Cambodia where Siem Reap is, there's a lot of Thai influence. And I see it when I go there. And a lot of people, it's not a big city. There's kind of a small town vibe. There's an artsy hipster vibe going on. And so if you're just looking at like the infrastructure of living, it's a lot smaller town than like Phnom Penh, which is the capital city. So people like that like slower pace. But when I'm there, I see more of, and so they started having Sangkran. And so now that UNESCO has gone and declared Songkran as a Thai heritage thing, like Thailand was so upset when Cambodia, when Angkor Wat was said UNESCO declared Angkor Wat to be Cambodia's national treasure, right, or world treasure, that it belonged to Cambodia. Thailand, I mean, there we ended. Thailand made some celebrities made scathing remarks about that, and we ended up having Thai riots burning down the Thai embassy here in Cambodia when this happened, right? So there's like, when it comes to UNESCO designation, it's a big deal here, right? And so, but Sangkran was never, I don't know. I don't think it was ever Cambodian. You need some rain. Okay, that's good, Mom. That's good. No, but not too much. You don't need any flooding. Okay, so there's enough about that. What else have we got here? Ministry says the demerit point system is cutting accidents. Now, this is interesting because, we all talk about the social credit score system, right? And so they've kind of done this, merit, demerit point system for your driving, for traffic. I haven't been involved in any of that, but apparently people are afraid of having their demerits. So it's reducing the traffic accidents. Smugglers can look at all that arms, those little bombs, grenades, 50 grenades. More than 1,000 rounds of AK-47 bullets and 2 pistols. People were convicted. I guess they appealed and their conviction was upheld. Hunter Biden has been in the news. Yeah, even reaching here in Cambodia, we're putting it on front page. I don't know. Okay, let's see. A 9-count indictment against Hunter Biden alleging failure to file and pay taxes, evasion of tax investigation, and filing fraudulent tax returns. Well, that's what they got Al Capone on, right? Oh my goodness, look at this cake festival. Look at these cakes. Oh, let's look at that. So let me see what your comments are before we can. Oh, Texas has a point system for driving as well. Yeah. Look at that. Wow. One of the cakes displayed at the Cham Traditional Cake Day at Bopana Audiovisual Resource Center. And the Cham are the Muslims, but they're not like, no more pictures. Come on, you're talking about all these cakes. Okay, let me. Cham Muslims, Cambodia. They're not in all the black and stuff like that. They're let me show you. So when I see people like these women and girls that have, you see, they have different color. They're okay. They're covering their head, but they're not, closing off their face. Even here, I mean, a lot of people are very much in poverty, but you can see they're not being controlled by, but you can see that like there's because some of those nasty people from the Middle East or whatever have been coming over and like to money launder, and like so they'll build a brand new mosque and put all this money in, and then they start wanting them to do. So I'm not sure if female genital mutilation is against the law, but definitely, I mean, normally it's like this lady here, right? She's got pretty color. Sometimes there's sparkles on it. But when they start having to cover their face and wear black, I start to have a problem. With all these little kids, look at all these little kids. Look at all the colors. You see, you want to cover the head for religious purposes. I don't have a problem with that. Beautiful colors, great kids. So the Cham Muslims are a fine culture, the Cambodian Chams, and so apparently that cake contest thing has to do with the Cham culture. Where I live, where I live in Phnom Penh is the Cham. I was gonna say the Cham community. My local market is called Sa Cham, which is Cham Market, and on Friday nights or whatever, I can hear their prayer chanting because they have it like on a loudspeaker for the community, right? So I can hear it in my house. Hunter is looking at 21 years in prison. His daddy said that he would not pardon him. Wow. All right. Are you saying he is like Trump and his rotten kids? Yeah. Let's not get, okay. So first of all, we're not going to have any political fighting, but we can all certainly say, well, I think this, or I think that. So as long as we abide by that rule, everybody's fine. Everybody can say whatever they believe. If you believe something, say you believe it. or just talk about it in general, but don't say anything personal about other people and what they say. Right? So, because me, I don't care for anybody who's been president. I've always been very strong about like voting your conscience and stuff. In fact, okay, well, I have this screen up. Let me say who this guy was. Was it Hagelin? Hagelin presidential candidate. How do you spell candidate? Am I spelling that right? Yeah, this guy, John Hagelin. I voted for him. And now it's like, it would have been like a totally like technocratic. It's like he's kind of like an Elon Musk type in a way. Only, Hagelin stood as a candidate for president of the United States for the Natural Law Party, a party founded by the TM movement in 1992. Oh, and 96 and 2000 elections. I'm not sure which one of those elections I heard about him and I voted for him. He is the author of A Manual for a Perfect Government in 1998, which sets out how to apply natural law to matters of governance. So he's very much into science and synchronicity and stuff. So he's a quantum physicist. Here you go. John Hagelin is this was in 2000. So this is probably the time that he's a quantum physicist who preaches the benefits of transcendental meditation. He runs the physics department at an Iowa university. Oh, he conducted pioneering research at CERN. But I figured he'd be better, he'd be better than like Bush or whoever it was in 2000. Who else was running 2000 presidential candidates? Oh, was it George W. Bush then? Yeah, there was no way I was going to vote for a Bush. Oh, it was Bush and Gore. So there's no way I was going to vote for either one of them. Agreed. Oh, yeah, about like the rules. So. Oh, wait. So I'm just reading the last one. You guys have been going to town here. Let's see. Trump 2024 with Chalet, saying what you want. At that level of wealth, they are pretty much the same, in my opinion. Trump and Biden, the same. Of course, everyone has their own opinions. Mumsy says, I will disagree. To me, there's only one alternative to professional politicians. Not have. Anytime somebody has become a professional politician, then they're part of the system and they're part of what went wrong. And quite frankly, I think that's why Hillary lost to Trump. That very reason, because her whole platform was about vote for me, I have experience, right? In her mind, she's looking, I have experience. But most of America was all saying, no, your experience is part of the problem. What else? I didn't get to the end. Yes, people can go crazy talking about politics. Agreed. Right. There you go. Yeah. But, even when I first moved to Cambodia, I voted with absentee ballots. And this year I was thinking, maybe I should file, not this year. Is it this year? Well, for 2024. I should do the absentee ballot again and vote for Kennedy. But I don't know. I almost feel like even if Kennedy won, he's still got that dynasty, I don't know. I don't trust any of them. Got some cranberry juice in here. Actually, it's half cranberry juice, half water. I water it down. All right. But the thing I like about Kennedy is that he's fought against the system. I mean, he was an environmental lawyer, and he brought cases against these big corporations that were screwing over the planet and stuff, and won. You know, so he's not afraid to go up against the system. You know, even though I might not agree with him on some issues like abortion or gun control or whatever, but he's not. I don't think he's totally anti-gun control. I mean, like take everybody's guns away. I think he's more on the liberal side. I don't know what is his views. Let's check it out. RFK Jr. gun control. He said that he would get behind a bipartisan assault weapon ban, which the overwhelming majority of Democrats support, but blah, blah, blah. He said in June that he does not believe that there's anything we can meaningfully do to reduce the trade, blah, blah, blah. I am not going to take people's guns away, and I believe in gun control, ... There's for like more restrictions. June 2023, he comes out against gun control and blames school, blah, blah, blah. Experts say there's no link between pharmaceutical drugs and mass shootings. He vows to respect the Second Amendment and not take away people's guns. So there you go. But he does believe in restrictions. Let's see what else you guys are saying. For a conservative, RFK Jr. is not a bad choice. Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, he's pro-abortion, you know, which is a Democrat thing. I mean, but you know what? I don't think Biden is going to be the choice. I think the Democrat Party wants Gavin Newsom. And Mom, you're in California. Has Gavin Newsom been a good governor for you? Has he done a lot of good things for you? Your taxes, your social things, you know? You tell us. We would love to hear the truth about Governor Newsom. I mean, I don't know. I think California's going to hell in a handbasket, especially when you look at all the not just homeless, but like drug using homeless that are pooping all over the streets and being zombie people. It's sad. Do you have that in Modesto? Do you see that? I mean, I know in San Francisco, it's all over the place. Los Angeles, it's all over the place. Is it also like in Modesto? Do you have to watch where you go? I know you don't live in Modesto, but that's like a country near you. What's abortion? He would sign a ban after 3 months gestation. Back to RFK Jr. So, I mean, as president, that's probably, I mean, that's pretty good. You know, I get that. I mean, because the thing with abortion for me is that, I mean, when you look at the Supreme Court decision, Roe versus Wade, it was really about like being viable outside of the womb. That was a key part of their decision. And so premature babies, I mean, back then you didn't have all the medical care that you have now. And so premature babies are viable outside the womb. So, what would their decision have been back then? With what we have today. Mumsy says, our politicians are not looking out for the people. It seems they are looking out for themselves. I think everyone can agree on that. No, not really on Gavin Newsom. He has not been a good governor. The homeless are getting bad in Texas. I mean, are they chalet? How are the homeless there in Florida? I mean, is it better weather? They end up going there, or? And Mumsy says the cost of living is so high, people can't afford to pay rent or food. Yep. I saw something about California's minimum wage is going to go up to $16 an hour. I remember working at Denny's and the minimum wage going up to $3.25 an hour. So how it got, how inflation has gone where minimum wage is $16 an hour and people are saying that's not even enough to live. I don't know what's happening. 20. Oh, it's going up to 20 for minimum wage in California. Okay. I don't know what headline it was that I saw that said that. Chalet for Florida. There are homeless people everywhere. I don't live in a big city, but I do see little trails where they go off into like a wooded area and live. That's scary. That's scary. I mean, think in Deliverance if they're out in the woods, where in the big city they're on the street, at least you see them and see where they are. It'd be scary if they're in the woods. Yeah, in Florida you can survive longer weather-wise. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a race between Newsom, Trump, and Kennedy. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, which one of them is going to win? I don't know. I mean, I can't see the Republican nomination going to anyone other than Trump. There are other people running. I mean, for the primaries, and but it just seems like Trump would end up getting the primary, I think, for the Republicans. So I think it'll be Newsom for the Democrats and RFK Jr. is going as an independent. So, yes, please share opinions. We like that. And if anybody else disagrees with Chalet, then you just share your opinion. You don't say you disagree with Chalet. You share your opinion, which is different. And then we all know, okay, this person believes this person believes that. We all have our soapbox that we can be on, and that's okay, right? So let's see. Too many people are hiring illegal Mexican workers, just a fact. That was even when I was there 16 years ago, that was a big thing. Trump speaks for the people, like it or not, believe it or not, in your opinion. Yes. So I think he speaks for a lot of people. So Mumsy says you don't like any of those. You don't know who you're going to vote for. Yeah. Yeah, that's hard. It's a hard choice. Well, you're just going to have to watch the debates and the primaries and things like that. And maybe you'll learn more about people and who you might want. Oh, my Airbnb guest. Why is it still ringing on the? Yes. She went out, so I hope she's okay. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Are you okay? You're cutting out. Mm. I can't hear what you're saying. It's in and out. Okay, she's gonna have to send a message. She's typing. Okay, good. Sorry. POS. uh, uh, mm. She wants me to go downstairs. Let me see. I'll ask her to come up here. Can you come upstairs? Yeah. Okay, she's coming up here. Okay. Fact. POS. I think you mean piece of something, right? Not positive. Hey, I'm on a live stream, but did I need to help you with something? Okay. And is it I tutor from 8:30 to 10 in the morning. So but in the morning, or if you're still awake, like in a half hour, 45 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Bye. They don't really talk about our problems in the country, just criticize other people. Yeah, all the politicians. Right. And they give money away, like to Ukraine, and now they want to get involved down in Venezuela with Guyana. Um, it's just, of course, Gaza. We're getting drawn in more and more with that, with our military being attacked by Yemen and stuff. I mean, it's just gruesome. So I just saw a video today. Yeah, generous. Oh yeah, generous with the money, but yet we're $33 trillion in debt. So the debt. So every bit of money we're giving away is just debt. Is adding to our debt. Right, Lemoyne. To be honest, I focus more on local elections over national. We have a pretty good mix of views that keep everyone somewhat honest. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you know what? It matters. The local elections matter. And they have a huge, like if there's going to be a school bond, that's going to affect your property taxes and stuff, and it's really important to be involved on the local level. Their goal is to destroy America and the dollar. And if we look at that cover of The Economist, that could definitely be a purpose of people that are behind the scenes and kind of want a revolution. Have you guys seen that movie? Just came out on Netflix with Julia Roberts. I don't remember. It was actually funded by Barack Obama. Julia Roberts. New movie. Okay, let's try that. This one. Leave the World Behind. You guys seen that? Oops. Leave the world behind. Images. So this movie here. And so like there's this huge attack and definitely it's like wanting to destabilize everything and have and um, just destroy the government so that a new government can be installed. But it doesn't get to that point in the movie. It's just this. Um, yeah. Have you guys heard about this movie, or have you watched it? I mean, I don't want to bore anybody. It's kind of a end of the world type movie. You've got like EMF kind of things knocking out. The communications get knocked out. The satellites get knocked out. At least if they're not knocked out of the sky, at least there's a virus, like hacker virus, that's preventing the communication with satellites. And so you've got electricity, communications, so no cell towers are working, no GPS or satellites are working, so planes crash and boats crash and stuff. There is, like in Cuba with the like a noise vibration, like a dog whistle, like noise thing, vibration messing with the brain. There's that. So there's like some prepper things happening and stuff. It's there's all kinds of, let me tell you, it's funded and produced by Barack and Michelle Obama. So I'm sure that they had final say on everything in the script and probably in final editing cuts and stuff like this. There's tons of symbolism and stuff, but it's conditioning, I think, as well. Are they going to get away with this kind of scenario happening? Maybe. There was also that movie about like a train derailment, and then that train derailment happened, right? And I mean, for us, we're just watching it on the news, but for them, for that town, was it in Ohio? They were living it, to be evacuated out of your house and stuff. So make sure you guys have water. Make sure you have a way to cook. You have food. You have a way to cook it, just in case there's any kind of natural disaster. I mean, look at the tornadoes that just happened. Isn't it a state of emergency wherever it was that was hit the worst? Nobody wants to talk doom and gloom. What do you guys want to talk about? Should we go back to see what's in the national news? I told you there's one about the kid, attacked the mother or the grandmother over $3.75. I just saw the headline. I didn't see the whole story. Oh, there was one story. Oh, it's probably in the business that the auto sales are expected to go up, and I'm sure it was like in the business section about how, yay, people are going to make money selling cars. And I'm thinking, no, there's going to be more traffic. Okay, we saw a lot of those stories. Traditional Chinese medicine, a lot of practitioners. An art exhibit. Cambodian artist community, in conjunction with the museum department of the General Department of Heritage, are staging an exhibition of paintings by 14 local and international artists under the title Tep Apsara Khmer Heritage. That's nice. Cambodia joins alliance. Ooh, on transforming food systems. Oh yeah, Sopalet, Excellency Sopalet, I know him. Cambodia is playing an important role at the ongoing 8th United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP28, by unveiling its initiatives and commitments while signing an alliance of champions for food systems transformation to supercharge global food systems and transformation efforts. And I know that a lot that this has to do with digitalization, from being able to test the soil and know what type of nutrients you need, and like, so from planting from the soil to planting the seed to growing it. Does it need more water? Does it need this? Is it ready to harvest? Blah blah blah. Tracking the food as it goes from harvest to mill or processing to market to shipping to consumer. Digitalization all the way. I know. So yeah, little old Cambodia. It's like able to leapfrog with all the technology. New initiatives to revolutionize payment options for tourists implementing blockchain. You see that? Blockchain-based central bank digital currency partnerships. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Conservation. First Lady hands over water wells to people in Takao province. Nice. So we have a new First Lady and a new Prime Minister, the son of the old Prime Minister. Ecstasy and ketamine seized. Guns seized. Foreigners arrested for intentional violence. And those look like 8 Chinese nationals and a Cameroonian. I wonder if they had to look that up, if they just made it up or if they actually fact checked. Let's look. I want to look. I don't want to okay. What are people of Cameroon called? According to Merriam-Webster, it's Cameroonian. Okay, so maybe somebody actually looked that up. Interesting. Have to keep the press on their toes. What are you guys saying? That is terrible. Cambodia is getting more modernized. Watch out. Exactly. And we do there. It is illegal for private citizens to have guns here, and we do okay. I'm not saying that that's right for America. Second Amendment, yes. And do criminals still have guns here in Cambodia? Yes. And rich people have guns. Traffic police summoned after Phnom Penh incident. 3 traffic police officers who were involved in an incident after stopping a car that violated traffic signals were summoned for questioning at the Road Traffic Police office after the public raised concerns on social media. Ooh, I missed that. These 3 police officers did something. Interesting. Police search for killer who stabbed a man to death in Phnom Penh. He was found dead, lying in a pool of blood under the Stungman Che flyover. They call overpasses flyovers, like the British. Well, Khmer Times does. They follow the British and say flyovers instead of overpass. Policeman injured after shots fired in Phnom Penh. Rushed to the hospital. Man summoned for falsifying identity of the deputy prime minister, saying, oh, here we go. This is the one. Man arrested after attacking his grandmother for $3.75. So we're going to see what happened here. This must be the blade that was, why are they, oh, because it's covered in blood. So they have to block that out. Give me a break. A man has been arrested after stabbing his 95-year-old grandmother in the neck after she refused him 15,000 reals, which is $3.75. The brutal attack took place at 3 p.m. on December 10th in Kampong Speu province. Police say that the assailant was drunk when he attacked his grandmother, 95-year-old Do Deb, who lived in the same house, causing serious injuries. Relative, a 69-year-old relative, filed a complaint against the assailant, named as Song Tong, for legal action. Police confirmed that after interrogating the suspect, the grandson confessed that he had committed the crime, that the authorities had built a case for legal action. $3.75. This guy wanted 15,000 real to go buy drugs or to go drink, whatever. So his grandmother wouldn't give it to him. Grabbed a knife. It happens. And 10,000 real is $2.50. And I've seen, and she's lucky she didn't die, because I've seen wives killing husbands, husbands killing wives, and children killing their parents over 10,000 real. In the case of women, they're usually wanting the money to gamble. They want 10,000 real to play a card game with their lady friends. It's like it's like in America, the guys all have their poker game, right? Well, in Cambodia, the women all have this card game that they play, that they gamble with. And I've sat in a group on and see, and it doesn't make any sense to me how it's played. Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, and the husband won't give her that 10,000 real, and she kills him. But usually with the man, it's because he wants the money to drink. He wants the money for alcohol. He wants 10,000 real to go get some more alcohol. The wife refuses, and he kills her. That's the crime beat here in Cambodia. Lemoyne, Cambodia is getting ready to step up as a world food provider. Yeah, they really are. They sell rice and mangoes and cashews. Already export. We export a lot of food. What is your opinion about Texas and the pregnant woman being refused to be given an abortion? Yeah, I saw some headline about that on UPI. Go somewhere else or deal with it, Chalet says. So Lemoyne, you're from Texas. Did you want to say? We can look at that. I think it was on the UPI. Well, it's in the top news. Hey, kitties. Texas abortion right there, trending. Texas Attorney General argued that fertility risks and a fatal fetal anomaly do not qualify as life-threatening conditions that would allow a woman to get abortion under the Texas laws. So she left the state to terminate her pregnancy. I wonder how long did the court case take? The court reversed the lower court's ruling that had allowed her to obtain the abortion under the medical emergency exception. So she had to go to a lower court and get a ruling that allowed her, and then the state went to the Supreme Court and who made this decision. 7-page ruling. So these laws reflect the policy choice that the legislature has made, and the courts must respect that choice. Well, that sounds fair. I mean, it's like you've got to, if that's what the law is, so the beef is with the law. If you want, you know, I think that women, my opinion is that women are harmed more with legal abortions than is talked about, that women die, women are injured, and it's all put under the rug. And I think if the truth was out, I think for me personally, if it's legal or illegal, doesn't matter to me. If it's legal, women need to be educated. I mean, if a woman is being selfish about her own body and her own health, it's more healthy to have that baby for yourself. That's my opinion. I think they don't understand how much it harms them because they're being lied to. And I think that if women had their choice with it being legal and with proper information, they would not choose. I mean, it's like marketing, supply and demand, right? As long as there's demand for abortions, there's going to be supply. There's going to be people that'll do it. It's got to be on the demand side. It's got to be with the women that if they are only concerned about themselves, then, you know, take better precautions not to get pregnant in the first place. If you don't want a baby, then don't get pregnant. And there's several different ways. Either don't have sex, or use some kind of contraceptive, or use multiple contraceptives, you know, so you have backup. You know, take precautions not to get pregnant in whatever way, so that you don't get yourself in that. And then it's going to be a smaller number of people that have to be in that situation to make that choice. That's my opinion. Pro-life or pro-death? Yeah, I'm pro-life basically, but I don't think the answer. You can make all the laws in the world, as long as women still believe that abortions are easy and safe and okay, that they think medically they're okay, then they're going to want to get one. They got to learn and be educated that it's not safe. And the same procedure that was done when it was, you know, it wasn't all coat hangers, okay? That's like a myth. Maybe there was one that was with a coat hanger, okay? But for the most part, when abortion was illegal, women would go in the back door to a doctor's office. When it was legal, they would just go in the front door of the doctor's office. It was the same doctors doing the same procedure. So if the reasoning was it has to be legal so that it's safe, that's a fallacy. That's not true. Pro unaborted or pro aborted. The words mean the same no matter what you call it. Birth control is important. Exactly. You know, prevent the situation, you know. And then you don't have to worry about abortion. It becomes a non-issue because you didn't get pregnant, right? So that's that. Anything else? Everybody's welcome. I mean, so that's what I think. And people don't have to agree with me. That's okay. I still love everyone. What have I been doing and watching? I watched a movie today about like Edgar Allan Poe, and like this, I guess it's like maybe 2 years ago. Christian Bale plays this guy that's like investigating murders at West Point Military Academy, and Edgar Allan Poe is one of the cadets, and he helped solve the murders. It was a pretty good movie. I don't know what it was about all this that made me think of that. And Mumsy says, I just think the government needs to stay out of it. There you go. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it does come to supply and demand. If there's no demand, then suppliers are going to move on to something else. Prevent or deal. And I'm not talking about the special circumstances, not going there, as that is more rare. Well, yeah, I'll go there. That I heard firsthand account of women who were raped and had their babies and love those babies. You know, so it, you know, that's so I think it's all up here. You know, it's a glass half full or half empty kind of situation. You know, should not be used as birth control. Absolutely. Now that I would hope everybody could agree that, you know, it shouldn't just be that common. You know. And so, well, what else was in the news? Let's check it out. No, let's check out the odd news. That's always fun. Well, and then we'll wrap it up. Missing diamond ring at Ritz Paris Hotel found inside the vacuum cleaner. $800,000 ring. They're lucky they found it in the bag of the vacuum cleaner. I wonder if like the maid did that on purpose. Oh, you know, it's on the counter and then like, or on the dresser. It's like, oops, vacuum it up and then like plan to get it out of the bag later. Iranian man breaks his own record with 88 spoons balanced on his body. Recording interrupted when roof and connection interrupted. There we go. You gotta see this picture. Where's it? Oh, here's a clip. Okay, let me see. Can we all see that? Okay. Go there, girl. Yeah, too early for today's news. Oh, Lemoyne said, it comes down to the old saying, keep the Democrats out of my wallet and the Republicans out of my bedroom. Yep. Okay, let's watch this. 57 seconds. Only in Australia.
Anyway, it's like a thin greenwashing veil. There are a lot of sophisticated greenwashing seas out there.
What are you? The snake behind you.
Snake behind you.
Right?
Snake.
Snake behind you.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on, I want to see him.
There you go.
Wow.
It's
That's an
only a
Australian
carpet
play.
python, don't worry.
He just laughs it off.
We call him an rodent control officer. So
Rodent control
Yeah.
officer.
I don't have a name for it because snakes can't hear you anyway. Right. But
Yeah.
so yeah, no, the snake's far more interesting. What was I saying? It was greenwash. Oh
Like
yeah, how do you
greenwashing,
make-
a thin veil of greenwashing.
yeah.
of
I think you need
those
to
organisations.
demand on transparency, and that's one of.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. That is just friggin' amazing. That, I mean, it didn't bother him at all. Oh my God. Stranded cat avoids rescue by jumping from atop a utility pole. Look at this picture. We all love the fur babies here. Oh my God. Oh, please tell me.
It's okay.
Coco, Coco, he's gonna help you, my love. Coco,
That would be me.
you go in the house, get treats. I know.
Tuna. That's my keyword. Tuna.
Watch he don't scratch you.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, here, check on my cat.
A Newfoundland cat who took issue with the attempt to rescue him from atop a utility pole took a flying leap from the top of the pole, and the incident was caught on camera. Alice Reed said her cat Coco was likely chased up the pole by a neighborhood dog, and he spent 2 hours crying for help from atop the pole before a rescue effort was launched by utility workers. So she was filming the attempted rescue and captured the moment Coco evaded the grasp of workers by taking a flying leap from the top of the pole. I never in a million years thought he was going to jump on his own. He took off running after landing on the ground and later showed up at home miraculously uninjured. He came up to the step and went on in. Then he lied down on the floor and started washing himself like, nothing ever happened. Reed said the daredevil cat is on house arrest for the time being. He's crying to get outdoors, and I'm trying to keep him in. He's going to have to get used to being in the house more. OMG. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think of that one? No comments? No comments on the snake or the cat? Those were amazing stories. Oh my goodness. Bear runs through a group of skiers at a California resort. Oh my gosh. Is there video? I want video. I don't just want a picture. Okay, here's a video. There's a bear. The guy with the camera is going to go off the edge. He's not careful. Lost tomato found aboard the International Space Station after 8 months. Oh my gosh. Astronaut Frank Rubio has now been cleared of allegations that he ate the first tomato harvested in space. So where did they find it? We got to check this out. And what kind of condition was it? Okay, so we know what an 8-month-old tomato would be like on Earth. So what condition was it in on the Our good friend Frank Rubio, who headed home already, has been blamed for quite a while for eating the tomato, but we can exonerate him. We found the tomato. I spent so many hours looking for that thing, he had said. I'm sure the desiccated tomato will show up at some point and vindicate me years in the future. Oh, they did not reveal where the tomato was found or what its condition was. Clickbait. It might as well be clickbait. They say it would be an advanced decay due to the humidity aboard the station. Oh, give me a break. Well, good thing I didn't watch the video on that. That's ridiculous. A New York man wins his second $10 million lottery prize in 2 years. Yeah, well, how much money has he spent buying tickets? 17-year-old law clerk becomes the youngest to pass the California bar exam. All right. 220-ton Nova Scotia building moved using 700 bars of soap. A former hotel in Nova Scotia was moved by a construction firm with the help of 700 bars of soap. Pennsylvania neighborhood terrorized by free-roaming cattle herd. Their yards and Christmas lights have been repeatedly damaged. Okay, let's see what they did here. Canadian Broadcasting, not network, CBC play.
You might
God,
have
look at the
missed
size of it.
even if you were looking right at it. The old Elmwood building at the corner of Barrington and South Streets moved off its original foundation with a whisper.
It went perfect. We stayed awake last night, wondering about it, but it worked good.
The
Who
first
would have
push was just
thought
15
about,
feet
hey, why
back.
don't we just
2 excavators and a tow truck pulled it on a steel frame.
Didn't use the rollers. We used soap. The soap, ivory soap, give us a smooth of sliding it. Ivory soap, 700 kicks of ivory soap.
How many bars is that?
That's 700 bars of soap. That's 700 bars.
Bars.
Rushton
700
worked with
bars.
his son's company on the job. To use ivory because it's the softest.
This is a 220-ton house, and it was built in 1826, so it's very, very
1826.
fragile. Like, we had to be careful with it. So
They eventually gave it a second push, another 15 feet. The building was originally a 1-story home and became the Victorian Elmwood Hotel about 120 years ago. It's been an apartment building for the past few decades, but it was almost lost.
But they had a demolition permit in hand, and this building could have been gone 5 years ago.
Instead, the previous owners sold to developers Tony and Elias Metledge. They're restoring the Elmwood and putting up a 9-story apartment building beside it. The building is now protected as an important figure in the local Heritage Conservation District. Councillor Wayne Mason lived there himself as a student.
You know, every room was a weird different size, and the kitchens were an afterthought, but it was lovely.
A new foundation will go in next, and then the Elmwood will be moved back into its permanent home. And for Rushton's team, it's an easy cleanup.
well, when we're done with this job, all we do is wash our hands.
Haley Ryan, CBC News,
That's
Halifax.
Good news story. Good coverage there. What are you seeing? You were at the locals. Oh wait. Oh my gosh. Now there's all these. There's nothing forever, and then now there's all these comments. That a cat for you. That cat was lucky, 9 lives. I would have eaten it. I love to eat them like apples. Oh, the tomato. Lemoyne, you gotta be careful. Sometimes when the subject changes, you might need to like put a little more details in your comment. Because it shifted from the cats to the tomato. 2 rockets lifting off here today. Oh, okay. A nice little show for you sometime. I was at the local store and watched a lady buy $485 in lotto tickets. Who has that kind of money? My goodness. Dang, LM. Amazing that they could move that building. Exactly. And like how far? So they were just moving it so that they could build a new foundation. Then they're going to move it back on the new foundation so that they can, in the space next to it, build a high rise. I guess. Sounds like, all right. What else? Black bear attacks Christmas decoration. Oh, did that poor black bear think it was gonna attack like it was gonna get to eat a deer? Because it didn't realize it was a fake deer, and it was hungry, and all it got was a mouth of electricity, and like electrocuted bear snatches decorations. The guy's wife, his family was preparing dinner when his wife alerted him to the spectacle unfolding outside. I didn't even see it. It was until my wife called and said, "Did you see what happened?" So they looked at the security cameras. It's like they're all there. Next thing you know, the camera turns on, the bear comes in, paws it down, knocks over 2 deer decorations, drags one out of view, but it was later found at the end of the driveway with just slight damage. It's already become a classic Christmas memory for his family. Kids love it. As soon as I showed it to them, they were like, "Oh my God, it's so great." They just go crazy with it. What the hell? That's sad. That guy's hungry.
On camera tonight, a bear stumbles on some Christmas decorations and then tries to, I guess, get into the holiday spirit a bit here.
Yeah, this all happened in Longwood, and by the looks of things, the bear seems to really like this holiday display. Fox 35's Manny Martinez is joining us live here in the studio tonight. So, Manny, this family was absolutely shocked when they looked at their ring video.
And it was with that video that they found out. So let's show you what this bear does. You'll see it walk up and take down one of those reindeer in a set of 3. It decides to turn that beating into an abduction, walking away with the child. Well, as I found out tonight,
reporting.
it actually didn't get very far with that decoration.
I didn't even see it. It wasn't until my wife called me and was like, did you even see what happened?
This exclusive home security video caught the bear red-handed. It happened overnight Wednesday in Longwood, and the Levin family says
it's
the decorations have been
hungry.
up since Black Friday.
It's like they're all there. Next thing you know, camera turns on, bear comes right on in and just walks up and just paws it down.
E.J. Levin says bears are on their property nightly, and they're also part of the neighborhood.
Not even scared. He was like, it looked like he like put his paw on the deer just to test it out and was like, yeah, no, down. And then just, I mean, it was just comical. Just comical.
You can see here good news. The reindeer are back thanks to the hard work of Levin's father-in-law. Stakes like this one, well, they weren't good enough. Now there are bigger ones to make sure it doesn't happen again.
The stolen decoration was found just up the driveway. Only a few blemishes on the reindeer show the bear's work, but it's also a Christmas memory for the Levins.
What do your kids say?
They love it. They, as soon as I showed them, they were like, oh my God. And they're like, that's so great. You know, they just go crazy with it.
And it's another example of a bear taking advantage of a holiday in Seminole County. Here's this bear in Lake Mary, feasting on some Halloween candy just weeks ago.
Oh, let's go make it sick.
Bear extravaganza. While the Levins say it's a fun story to share, they stress the importance of taking the right precautions around bears, which are just so common.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Eh. Beyond rare, white alligator born at Florida Park. Nice. 4 goats rescued from a Tennessee mountain ledge. You got to be kidding me. They were stranded for nearly 2 weeks. Well, that's weird. How did goats get stuck on a mountain ledge? I mean, you ever see some of those goats that can go like on vertical walls, you know, and like it's nothing? How'd they get stuck? Escaped reindeer returned to Santa in England. Illinois firefighters rescue a 6-foot snake from a kitchen cabinet. Oh, it's the resident's 6-foot boa constrictor escaped from its enclosure. Well, why do the firefighters have to deal with that? Isn't there like animal control to do that? Canadian cyclist rides nearly 81 miles hands-free. Oh, whoop-de-doo. I mean, that'd be hard, actually. But animal control officers, hello. Round up loose horse in Massachusetts. It was found wandering around the borderline between 2 towns and was later returned to its owner. Well, that's nice. Oh, look at the turkey. Traffic blocking turkey beloved by some residents in Michigan town. It's chasing cars and blocking traffic in a Michigan neighborhood. Virginia woman stops at a store for soda, wins $100,000 in a lottery prize. Oh, that's not bad. Overdue book returned to Pennsylvania Library after nearly 120 years. What was this? Ben Franklin's, library? Carbondale. I know Carbondale. Carbondale Public Library. No, but not in Pennsylvania. Carbondale. That sounds so familiar. I know something about Carbondale or another Carbondale. Is there a Carbondale in Colorado? The Cruise of the Esmeralda by Harry Collingwood. They spotted the book at a book sale. It still bears a pocket inside the cover, listing the library's rules, and contains a library card issued to Horace Short in 1904. Horace Short. Residence Hotel Authentica. Wow. It's checked out for 43,641 days, which would have accrued a fine of $872.82 at the 1904 rate of 2 cents per day, or $10,910.25 at the current rate of 25 cents a day. Mr. Short is very lucky. We currently cap fines for books at $10. Alrighty. Can't feed the bears. No, that's true. Mom, you remember were you online when I was talking about, I don't think you were on that time when I was talking about the bear when we were camping. Was it Yellowstone? I told everybody the story. And I was so upset. I was so upset that I found out in the morning that there had been a bear and I didn't get to see it. One of my early memories. Yeah. It was Yosemite. Aha. Thank you very much for clearing that up. Did I ever go to Yellowstone? I don't remember ever going to Yellowstone. I thought that was the bear story. But okay, it was Yosemite. I remember camping at Lake Tahoe. Yeah, Lemoyne remembers me talking about the camping bear. Yep. Yeah, I know I definitely told the story. It was me, my grandma, who I called Gurmy, my mom, and my Uncle John, who was like my cousin, who was more like a cousin. Because he was only like 7 years older than me. Alrighty. Well, I think it's about time to wrap it up for tonight and tomorrow, so we can share lots of fun memories. And oh yeah, I was thinking about, I'm going to try and maybe get the pictures of the trip with my mom when we went to Europe. You know, you might have seen a few of the pictures, but I had used Costco to like make a book, and I'm getting these notices that Costco is going to switch over to Shutterfly or something, or Shutterstock or Shutterfly or something, and I need to like get the, you know, save or transfer or whatever the pictures, and so I'm trying to log into that. Your grandson just got, hi Talon, hi Talon. I hope you have fun with Grandma today. Maybe you'll see a dolphin or a pelican. Take care of all the fur babies. Be nice. Yeah, have a great day. You guys all have a great day. And yeah, we'll see where we go on the travel vlog. But tomorrow, same time, is the, whatchamacallit, Gen X. So we'll have a new Gen X topic for tomorrow. Alrighty. So I love you. You know I love you. And even the people that didn't show up for live, like Andy or Mabel or Michael, that's okay. When you watch on replay, you know that my love transcends time and space. So wherever you are and whenever you are, I hope you can feel my love for you. Hugs to all, says Mumsy, Chalet, hearts and sunshine. Lemoyne, be good, be safe, and peace. Okay, bye everybody.